in on Peyton Manning, back in the game on Sunday Night Football against the Steelers, who were without Ryan Clark because of that blood disorder up in thin air, not playing. So here comes Peyton, first time in 610 days playing a meaningful game, looking and getting dropped by Jason Worlds, who is James Harrison's replacement. Remember, he was inactive as well, banged up.
Started slow a little bit, man. I was timid for Peyton, but it got on track.
Okay, so you want some speed? You want us to hurry up?
How
about the legs of Peyton Manning?
Oh, man. This
Run, Peyton,
run. Got it.
7 yards, let's move the chain. 6 plays later.
Plays that thing that's hitting on my neck.
Sean Moreno blew out his ACL last year. Good to see him back and bouncing it into the end zone.
I'm happy for that guy because he was doing a doghouse up in Denver.
Broncos up 7-3 at that point. Next Pittsburgh drive, Ben Roethlisberger. Dion, he does as good a job as anybody keeping plays alive.
Has an innate ability not to throw the ball on time.
Why they call him Big Ben if he can't throw the ball on time?
But that's his gift. His scrambling ability. These guys know how to uncover.
He can't throw the ball on time.
27 yards there to Antonio Brown, and then another 17 to Emmanuel Sanders, keeping the play alive.
Can't cover that.
So you've got Brown, you got Wallace, you got Sanders. Where's the big tight end playmaker?
Right here, the big man. You know he'll find his big man. His big man been in the league so long, doing what he does, ain't he? He moves kind of slow, but he can fool you.
What's kind of slow?
Slow.
All right, third quarter. Broncos down 6. Pretty basic play to Demaryius Thomas. Yeah. What is going on here?
That's a horrible angle by Troy Polamalu. Horrible angle.
No, they caught Dick LeBeau slipping. That's what they did. You can't run the same blitz against Peyton Manning twice. Think you're going to get it? Well, 3 times. They ran it 3 times, got him twice. Third time, Peyton say, I got something for you.
71 yards for the score. It's not exactly the same play, but the same result against the same team. Last season in the playoffs, first play of overtime, Thomas running away. Get off of me!
That's the number right there. Big fella taking it to the
face. And remember the celebration by the quarterback, Tim Tebow. How did it?
Wrong.
All right. Not quite as graceful, but
he was saying, I told you this arm is okay. That's why he was swinging on.
Now Roethlisberger. Emmanuel Sanders gets lit up.
That shouldn't have been a flag. The defender was trying to protect himself.
You know, we talked about that in the meeting with the officials. There's just no strike zone. There's no strike zone for the defender to hit the
Well, Sanders got to come up with that play. He made a beautiful pass.
Well, here's a beautiful one. 3rd and 18, Miller.
He's can play.
He had 4 catches for 50 yards and that touch, as we showed you earlier. Fourth quarter, same possession. We've now changed ends. And Roethlisberger to Wallace.
But this is what makes these guys so difficult. This guy will burn you deep because he has the speed, but he has the heart to take that slant and catch it and make a touchdown.
Well, pay the man then.
Steelers up 19-14. Peyton got much better when they went to that hurry-up offense. Moving the chains there to Matthew Willis for 14 yards
off the receiver.
And now looking for Eric Decker.
Love it right here, man. Love Eric Decker, man. Hard work. The guy watches it. Bam! Trying to get in.
He did not.
Hit the ground.
Mike Tomlin challenged the play. Ruling on the field was upheld. Next play, though, 1st and goal. Manning, old reliable, Jake.
Nice audible. They call that a rub route. You know that's like a pick, Marshall.
I don't know. Like a pick is a pick? It
was a pick.
Rub.
You know, you offensive guys don't call it a pick, but it was a pick.
You played offense, too.
Yeah,
21.
They got the 2-point conversion as well, so they're up 3. And then Roethlisberger, buying time, almost picked by Tracy Porter.
Who played great today.
Porter's always on.
Big Ben missed this.
The key is who you miss, Mike Wallace.
You got a wheel route right here.
And there's a reason why he missed it. Look at the pressure being applied to him by the front.
As Warren Sapp always says, back end, front end works together. The front end took care of that.
All right, so now Denver trying to move the chains under 7.5 to go. Sean Moreno does that.
Well, you better put that shoe on his
Put that shoe back on. You might not get back. You're not getting back in.
3 plays later, Manning, Jacob Tannen.
He put some duct tape on that.
Another 18 yards on that one.
That was a wonderful throw. Now that was so old Peyton Manning right there. That was a nice drop.
All these plays are checked off at the line.
Right. Now on 3rd and 7, looking for Decker.
Decker,
no.
Fight for the ball, Decker. Make him pull that hanky out of his pocket.
He did on Keenan Lewis.
Some of these officials, you have to go pull it out of his pocket for him.
Yeah, James Harrison wishing he was in there. He wasn't.
James Harrison always looked mean.
Even without pads and a helmet, looking for Decker, and no. So they had to settle for a Matt Prater field goal to go up 6. Well, Ryan Clark missed in that secondary in this game. All he could do was watch. The team still had a shot. Own 39 now, 2nd and 10. Ben looking, finding Tracy Porter.
Why?
Tracy Porter. This is the same man who ended it for Peyton Manning as a Saint in the Super Bowl. Now he's helping Peyton Manning. Look at this. Latch on. I talked to him this week, and we talked about this very same thing. Lock on to your receiver when Big Ben scrambles.
Yeah, well as week 1 went for Peyton Manning, that is how not well week 2 went for him. Right out of the gate. This is his third play of the game right there, an interception.
William Moore, listen, it's not too often we can find plays to question Peyton Manning, but this is one where his eyes never really adjusted. You're going to see it. He's kind of just staring down the middle of the field. I think he snapped the ball a little too early. It almost tricked himself. And then William Moore, listen, they don't get much easier than that, do they, Darren?
No, not at all. And also the cornerback on the outside, Asante Samuel, could have had a chance to intercept that ball by Peyton Manning. Not only a bad read, but a bad throw.
I give the Falcons the ball on the 1. Falcons score on a Michael Turner touchdown. And then when the Broncos get the ball back, more trouble.
Willis McGahee went the wrong way, or Peyton went the wrong way. Something went the wrong way.
Next play.
Another bad throw.
That one goes the wrong way, as far as Peyton's concerned.
Exactly, and what's confusing is that these defenders are coming in the line of sight of Peyton Manning. You see them come right through the middle of the football field, and Peyton is throwing into double coverage, something you rarely see out of Peyton Manning.
I think that might have been triple coverage, and Thomas Deku is loving that triple coverage pass.
Hard to decide if that was a good Falcons defense, bad pass. Which one was more, right?
Both of those.
All right, so the Falcons get the ball, and this is what they do with it.
A great ball. Should have been a great catch by Julio Jones. Got to take it all the way to the ground, though.
Does he have a hands issue?
Well, he had a little bit of problem with that in college, but he's improved this year. But he went back to a little bit of the bad hands this game.
Tell you who had an issue in this game, and that's Peyton Manning.
Once again.
This is his 3rd pick of the game, and it's still the first quarter.
Robert McClain came up with this one, Darren.
Yeah, we haven't seen him throw 3 interceptions in a quarter since over 10 years ago. 0-3 against the New Orleans Saints.
Okay, 2 Broncos possessions later. No Sean Moreno, stripped, fumbles. Sean Weatherspoon recovers it. And then all heck breaks loose.
I tell you what, I played with Ray Edwards.
He's crazy.
To say a hothead would be an understatement.
He does have a fantastic talent.
And got some hot hands, too.
All sorts of problems.
Boy, them hands are quick.
With that play there. Second quarter now, Falcons up 13-0. Matt Ryan's pass intended for Julio Jones.
One of the horrible calls of the night, Lindsay. I'm sorry to interrupt.
This is bad.
Tony Carter called for defensive pass interference.
We need the A-team back. Come on back, A-team.
And the B-team, and the C, and the D, and the E.
Just a different team.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Of
6
officials.
plays later, 1st and goal.
Please.
The Broncos won. And that is Tony Gonzalez, and he can dunk the ball.
He can.
Vernon Davis taking notes. All right, so the Broncos have the ball going forward at 4th and 1.
And that was a good call. But then, once again, the replacement officials spot the ball wrong and give the Denver Broncos an extra 6 yards on this, which allows them now to get close to the score.
And Stokely called for the flag, and then they gave it to him.
Exactly.
So there's that, too. Peyton Manning going for Demaryius Thomas. It's ruled incomplete.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about earlier with the replacement officials, the speed of the game. You see the referee right there? He still cannot see that left foot of Demaryius Thomas swipe the grass. That lets you know the game is a little bit too fast for these officials.
So it's a touchdown. They say it's not a touchdown, and then they overrule that call and say it is a touchdown.
Hey, thank you, replay.
Make it a touchdown. All right, so now we move on to the 3rd quarter. This is Peyton Manning being chased by John Abraham. It's not a horse collar when the quarterback is in the pocket. Peyton's okay. What do the Falcons do here? Matt Ryan, he's going to scramble for 4 yards. Champ Bailey, though, called for defensive holding on the play. The official gives the Falcons the 5-yard penalty, but it didn't add on to the end of the run. They eventually spot the ball correctly on the 6-yard line.
This is another bad call, Andrew, because when a quarterback out of the pocket, you can't hold and push the receiver.
2 plays later, Roddy White, 4-yard touchdown. He got open pretty easily there. You know, you had Broncos had an injury in the secondary. You had guys playing out of position, inside, outside, 27-7. What does Peyton do to answer? This is 2 possessions later. It's Dominic Franks in the back.
He needed some of that luck in the first quarter, didn't he?
Yes.
Leads to a Willis McGahee, by the way, 1-yard touchdown. So it's now a 27-14 game. We fast forward fourth quarter, 3rd and 5.
There he is.
Von Miller. Make a play.
Don't get freaky with it now, Von. Hold on now. Don't get too freaky.
Hey, by this point, it's Tuesday morning. The kids are in bed by that point. Right? Falcons have to punt. Peyton gets it back. Goes downfield for Eric Decker. Can't get it.
You got to get that.
No flag either. A lot of those close ones, they were throwing a flag. No flag. So 2 plays later, 3rd and 6, 5th play of the drive. Yeah. Peyton sacked by William Moore. They brought the DB, brought him down. Peyton angry.
Good job, Mike Nolan.
They have to punt, but the Broncos would get it back again. Peyton, look at him on the move. He makes plays out of the pocket. Eric Decker for 18.
He does. Nice throw by Peyton over top of the defender. Getting into Eric Decker as he slides for the first down.
Look at the clock. Mike McCoy knows it. They have time here. 8 plays later. Go to the run on 4th down.
Darren, you pointed it out. Peyton steps away from the line of scrimmage, counts the box, realizes that he has some angles, kind of pulls his guard, walks McGahee right in.
All right, the Falcons, can they kill the clock over the middle on 3rd and 5? Julio got 6, and Arthur Blank always on the sideline there at the end. Dapper, as always. 2 plays later, after the 2-minute warning, this is your finish him moment of the game. Michael Turner for 15. Falcons run out the clock. Peyton is a loser this evening, 27-21 in Monday Night Football that eventually turned into Tuesday morning football. Falcons go to 2-0. The Broncos are 1-1. Matt Ryan, 24-36, 2 touchdowns. He threw 3 last week, now has 5.
A lot of fun this afternoon. The late game's crazy as well. Gary Kubiak, welcome back to Denver. He was the understudy for John Elway for all those years. Don't spit that out. You're on camera. Come on, man. Let's clean it up a little bit. Matt Schaub dropping back, and hello, Elvis. Elvis Doomerville. Well, yeah, we're going to call it a sack.
Yeah, it's a sack, and the safety is 2 points.
Got to get rid of that.
Jack Del Rio impressed. First quarter, Peyton, such a terrible first quarter Monday night against. Wait.
No flag? No flag?
What had happened, see.
Joel Dreesen got hung up with Danielle Manning. That's what happened there. And then Matt Schaub with his team down 5-zip to Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson, first quarter. Andre Johnson lighting it up right there, putting the Houston Texans on the board. He and Matt Schaub. That was a good play action. That was a good play.
60 yards and a 7-5 lead, and then it's Arian Foster.
And this is what they do best. They're going to establish the ground game and take control of the line of scrimmage and set up all their play action stuff.
Second quarter, Schaub. This time, going to find Foster out of the backfield.
Go to the pylon.
3 yards on the scamper. Taps a 14-play, 97-yard drive. They're up 14-5. Next Houston possession. This time Schaub downfield for Kevin Walter. Speaking of an offense that's got some weapons, Mooch.
Yeah, Kevin Walter, now he's a great number 2 receiver here. And Matt Schaub, now he can throw the deep ball. When all 3 of these guys, plus Walter, are healthy, look out. It's a heck of an offensive, talented team.
Jack Del Rio not as happy with his defense after that highlight. Hoping to apply some pressure here. The ball's
great
pick.
Get him!
Wesley Woodyard, the one-hand INT.
Get down. Save yourself.
Now, he had been ruled out of bounds at the Broncos 40, led to a Michael Prater 53-yard field goal.
What is that?
That's the game day highlight stance. You guys don't recognize it? So the Broncos were down 10 at that point. Still 21-11. Schaub looking for Johnson after he gets clobbered.
Almost was a great play. This is about a $100,000 fine.
This is an ugly hit.
Well, there was a roughing the passer penalty on Joe Mays.
That's a lot of money right there.
That is a tough one to even look at.
How come helmets are coming off, Prime?
All over the guys are bigger, stronger, and faster.
Led to a Shane Graham field goal and a 13-point lead. Now it's Owen Daniels. He's muscling in. If he can stay healthy, he's a weapon as well. And the Texans have a 20-point lead. What is going on with this Peyton Manning team? Fourth quarter, Houston continuing its drive, up 20. Ben Tate, let's go get it. And let's fumble it. Justin Bannon recovers at midfield. So Denver's in business. Manning.
Peyton highlight here.
To Brandon Stokely, 38 yards and
beautiful. That's the Peyton we all know.
They're within 13. Denver gets it back. Under 7.5 to go. Manning.
Peyton to do throw off his back leg. Great way to uncover by Stokely.
And another first down. 5 plays later, Manning looking for Jacob Tamming. And it's nearly picked off by Bryce McCain. Close call for the Broncos. Manning pressured. J.J. Watt, what a stud he is.
He is, the youngster out of Wisconsin. Now, this guy is a beast. Sapp talked about him this morning, but this guy is a one-man wrecking crew.
2.5 sacks on the day for him, but Manning looking for Demaryius Thomas, so he had him. However, McCain's flagged for illegal contact on Brandon Stokely, so a first down for the Broncos.
Take that. Take that. You'd rather take the 15 and give up the 6 any day.
So next play, Manning looking for Demaryius Thomas again in the back of the end zone. Is this a touchdown?
Oh, boy, let's look at it.
Initially ruled a score on the field. It would be reviewed. But let's look at the second foot. There's 1,
2.
No. Overturned. All scoring plays are reviewed.
Good overturn.
Great throw.
Well, Manning, does he have more great throws in him? This time looking for Eric Decker. It is incomplete, but there's another flag on the field.
You got to stop this, man.
This time, Kareem Jackson.
This is getting ridiculous. All you got to do is throw the ball down the field. You're going to get a PI.
If you feel like you've seen every play on this drive, probably because you have. It's the 16th play. Manning to Decker to Dreesen.
Just like you draw it up.
Broncos down 6. Ensuing Texans possession. 3rd and 5. All right, Peyton, you're still in this thing. They're throwing it. Oh,
big play.
Andre Johnson.
That's wrong, man.
Just like last week when Matt Ryan made a 3rd and 5 to keep the sticks moving.
Fun late games. Out in Denver, well, it was fun for Peyton Manning, Broncos. Not so much fun for Carson Palmer and the Raiders. Manning, the old Dreesen. That's nice work. 22 yards and score.
Nice
Great
acquisition
catch.
in the offseason. Go get Dreesen. You need some tight ends there. Nice.
Manning threw for 338 and 3 scores on the day. He was just getting going. This time, a short pass in the second quarter. Broncos leading 10-3 to Demaryius Thomas.
This play works all the time.
It does,
man.
Except, who's the guy that knocked the ball?
He did. That's why you should hold the ball in one hand.
Come on.
To your left.
I know you don't teach the truth.
I do teach that.
Recovered by Lamar Houston. The Raiders get the ball at their own 4. Third quarter, Broncos up 10-6.
Look at him sprint to the left.
Eric Decker.
Nice pick route.
Tight roping in. He had 79 yards in that touch at 17-6. 2 possessions later, with the Broncos now up 24-6. Now look at those pictures. There's a lot of holes in that defense. That's what he's saying.
Got that right.
Manning dumping it to
Check
Lance
down.
Ball. He's in.
Take what they
It
give
seems
you.
like the Raiders will shut that thing down.
Brady, Manning, 13 in New England.
This is the varsity.
Yeah, it's the only team he has a losing record against. Tom Brady, 2-5 against the Broncos. Peyton Manning, we know he's 6-9 against those Bill Belichick Patriots.
He's 8-4 against Manning.
13th time they faced each other.
Got him.
Demaryius Thomas has it, and then he doesn't. Popped out nicely by Sterling Moore.
Put it away.
That was a nice block. Hope you don't get fined for it. Don't we see this often from this kid? He's a great talent, but he needs to protect the ball a little more when he takes possession.
Great play there by Sterling Moore, huh? Peyton can't believe it.
Man.
All right, scoreless. Patriots on the move. Brady to Wes Welker at 13 grabs for Bucko 4. I guess they were trying to replace him earlier.
Pay that man.
I don't think
Quit
so. This
playing.
guy here, he's hard to cover one-on-one. Impossible to cover.
Caps an 84-yard drive ensuing Broncos possession. Manning to Thomas, who hangs onto it and then some.
What a catch. One hand on the sideline. Nice job. Make
What
up
a
for that
route.
fumble.
Coach, it was a double move, stutter, go, and I love it.
He's
Nice
a freakish
route.
athlete.
Yeah,
isn't
he is. He is.
Second quarter, Manning under pressure on 3rd and 6 in a 7-zip game. Oh, we've got a little interference on Devin McCourty on Eric Decker there.
What had happened, see, you getting your butt beat, you panic at the last minute, you don't look back for the ball.
So now Manning to Joel Dreesen.
Yes.
1 of 3 touchdown tosses on the day, and we're tied at 7. We got a good one going, folks.
It's a mile-high salute.
You know, they rushing at Manning like he's going to run.
Yeah, he's
Pick it up.
your
not
man.
going to run.
14-7 in the second. Brandon Bolden, the rookie out of Ole Miss, had over 100 yards last week, just carrying would-be tacklers to the 31.
This is what the Patriots are doing better and better as the season progresses. Run the football, not on that one, but overall they can run the football.
Well, that was last year's Rookie of the Year, Von Miller, who led to just a field goal after the 4-yard loss on Bolden there. So 17-7 at that point. And this time, Danny Woodhead.
That's Wes Welker's brother.
Good job taking care of the football.
19 yards on that pickup inside the Bronco 40. Then Brady just kind of sticks it over. We saw him do that earlier this year.
Just kind of sticks it
That's
over.
very intelligent.
Break the plane to the line.
24-7, and it's a laugher at this point. Now Manning dropped by Rob Ninkovich. We got a fumble, big fella, Vince Wilfork, ball on it.
He almost bust the ball.
Yeah, it's flat. We're gonna need a pump over here.
He's going with that
Ball
thing?
feels like a Nerf right now. First of all, when you get Peyton Manning to start tapping his feet back into the pocket, that's exactly where you
that's
want
a little bit of a coverage sack, too. Nobody's coming open for him.
So the Patriots did it on the ground a lot in this game. Stephen Ridley in from 8 yards out. He ran for
Nice
151 on 28 carries and that touch. And it's 31-7. I thought this was supposed to be competitive.
It was.
So now Manning looking deep down the sideline for Demaryius Thomas again. 9 catches for 188.
Wow.
Manning, Eric Decker, good adjustment on that.
Real good. Back shoulder throw was a little bit low, but Eric Decker came back and made that catch nice. Touchdown.
Study up. You might get a shot. It was only 31-14 at that point, fourth quarter. John Fox is saying that we still have 11 minutes to go. We're still in this thing. Willis McGahee on
Fourth down.
Fourth down? You can't do that on fourth down. Not on fourth. Maybe third down, but not fourth down.
It's not a good idea on first, second, third, or definitely not
on fourth. Yeah.
Definitely not. So the Patriots take it over. Now they're just going to run it out, or maybe not. Brady, drop, popped out, and
get on it! Big man.
Yeah.
Big man got on ball.
Shoulder.
Is he T-ball?
That's a good call, though.
Like it.
So Peyton still alive. Willis McGahee hangs on to it on 2nd and 6, gets it inside the 5.
That's the way they're toned.
Still in business.
For now.
Manning hitting one of his favorite targets. Guy he calls the greatest slot receiver ever, Brandon Stokely.
He does this so well. Little play action pass. Make the linebackers bite and shoot it in there for 6.
Manning threw for 345 and 3 scores, so Tom's kind of sweating it out now a little bit. Ridley, again, don't put it. Oh, he did.
No, he didn't do that.
Put it. Church's money, as Warren Sapp says.
Mike Adams recovers, and the Broncos are in business. 5 and change to go. Manning to Thomas for the 9-yard gain on 3rd and 10. Great tackle there by Devin McCourty.
Give him a spot.
So 4th and 1, Manning, you got to go short. Go, just move it. What are you doing?
He's going for all of it.
Oh, he's got it.
Corner's
Thomas for
beat.
28 yards.
Don't even look back for the ball.
2 plays later, McGahee. Oh, we're trying to trick him just to hang on to the...
No, he didn't. No, he did. Don't tell me he fumbled that ball.
So he dropped one on 4th down and fumbled one on 2nd down, and that would do it. The Patriots, 3-2. The Broncos fall to 2-3.
Nothing at the half, but then something funny happened.
Yeah, well, Peyton Manning was 11-4 as a career starter on Monday night. That would change. It started out rough for the special teams for the Broncos. First quarter, no score. And Trendon Holiday, he just signed with the Broncos on Thursday. That's not what you want to do when you just signed.
The football.
Yeah, and that would lead.
Not a way to start your career with a new team.
Yeah, Dante Rosario recovers. That leads to a Nick Novak 32-yard field goal.
I don't know what this is.
Omar Bolden, he can't hold on to one. Daryl Stuckey recovers. And Peyton Manning's thinking, what the heck is going on here?
What in the wide world of sports is going on?
2 plays
Is that what he was
later. Well, we don't really know what he's thinking, but we know what Antonio Gates was thinking there. He's thinking touchdown, 15 yards. He beat Mike Adams on that play. And take note of this, because Mike Adams would vent a little frustration in just a bit. Closer look there. Second quarter now, 3rd and 5 from their own 17. Rivers again finds Antonio Gates for 12 yards.
Oh, stiff arm.
Mean stiff arm.
First down.
Get another one?
Now get off me.
Oh,
no, get off me. No, get off me again.
I don't think they got this penalty right.
Yeah, well, they call
call
that
this on
one
Adams.
unnecessary
ain't right.
roughness on
The guy that
Adams.
got picked on got the penalty.
And then the next play, 1st and 10, Phillip Rivers is Picked off.
That's what you like to
Jim
see.
Leonard, nice play, but don't do that.
Yeah,
You
but
get a
that's
little
a
penalty
nice play
for
by
that.
Jim Leonard. No matter, he got the ball for his team. You like to see that in your safety play.
Broncos now with the ball. Peyton Manning finds a wide open Eric Decker. Big day for Decker.
You didn't see that gopher on the field?
I did see the gopher.
You saw the gopher?
Along with that white line. Peyton's like, come
Manning
on,
said, I
Eric.
didn't see the gopher. What are you looking at there, dude? 3 plays
Saw
later.
Caddyshack.
Manning's pass is nowhere near Matthew Willis. It was near Quentin Jammer, though, and he takes it 80 yards for the pick six.
Matthew Willis didn't get that eye-to-eye, hand-to-hand communication Peyton was given.
Well, take another look. As
we gonna
they
blame
come
on
up
that?
to the line of scrimmage.
I'm blaming Willis.
Look at Peyton. He says, look, Willis,
And I
make sure
agree.
you run the right route, but that's not
Hot read.
the right one.
Jammer got the signal.
Yeah.
He did.
Thank you very much.
Freebie.
Peyton's a little frustrated. Phillip Rivers puts a little cherry on it.
I tell you, boy. Some bad defense early in this game.
Absolutely. Raheem Moore, listen, we're going to get Leonard blamed for that, but Raheem Moore, we know, buddy. That was
Peyton
yours.
is
He looks thrilled.
fuming. It's 24-0 at the half, but then there's a second half.
There is a second half. 24 to
Completely
nothing
different
again.
half.
24 to nothing. But Peyton got it going early. 4 minutes in, Demaryius Thomas. Gruden called it on the broadcast. Here it comes.
Absolutely.
A 29-yard touchdown. Peyton 6 for 6 on that drive. He's cooking now. As grandmother would say, actually, he's cooking with gas. Yeah, ensuing possession though.
Get on the ball.
They almost kind of gave it
Bend
back.
your
Randy
knees.
McMichael
Jim
lost
Leonard.
it. Jim Leonard
Bend-
cannot pick it up.
bend your
Ronnie
knees.
Brown recovered. That's a first down, and then 3 plays
Here we go.
later,
Talk about
Phillip hit by Elvis Dumerville.
Moment of truth.
No, it's Tony Carter.
There it is, Andrew, the moment of truth.
There's your guy, Tony Carter. You've worked out with Tony Carter.
Yeah, I worked out with Tony Carter. I'm happy for this kid. He's getting a chance to play. He's stuck with the team now. Been bouncing around the league a little bit. I'm happy for him. Great game by Tony Carter.
And Heath, it's the right call. What does the open hand say to the ref?
I don't know.
It says fumble. Right?
Listen, Elvis Dumerville getting it done when it counts.
All right.
time play.
So that's a good touchdown. Now the Chargers get it back. Phillip, you can do something here. Except he gets pulled down by the rookie Derek Wolfe out of Cincinnati. That is a 9-yard loss, and the Chargers have to punt. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Peyton.
The sheriff just getting warmed up.
That's a great intro shot to a movie, too. Peyton Manning, Jacob Tammy, left sideline, tiptoeing, getting him in. He gets 25 and a first down, down to the 25. Wow. We have all kinds of time, guys. First play from scrimmage there in the fourth quarter. Then the quick hitter to Eric Decker.
He growling at him.
Demaryius Thomas didn't fight for the yardage in the first quarter. Eric Decker fights for the yardage in the fourth quarter. That's a touchdown. That's a 3-point game, kids.
Hey.
You know what's coming, don't you?
Did I call this? Did I?
TC.
Darren, tell him the truth. I called that interception.
You called that interception.
Darren, you're not giving me any love, Darren?
And it's Tony Carter again,
Darren went mute. For once in his life, Darren went mute.
He called it, folks. He called
Remember,
it.
Phillip Rivers said he wanted Peyton Manning in the division. Did he not? Well, here you go, Phillip. 24-21, 10 minutes to go. Peyton to the outside, Brandon Stokely to the 26-yard line. We are not done. 1 on the play clock when he gets this off. And that is just a thing of beauty. That is just a thing of beauty.
Peyton said he's the best slot receiver in all of football.
21-yard touchdown.
Yeah, Wes Welker, but go ahead.
What's better, the throw or the catch?
They're both.
You know what? That throw, we expect that, but Stokely making that catch, wow.
That's a thing of
13
beauty.
straight
What do you
completions.
say? Peanuts. Is that what you said?
That's kind of like a
kind of
peanut.
peanuts?
Yeah, that's a
okay.
peanut.
28 unanswered points. But the Chargers, though, will make it interesting. First play of the next drive, 13 to Gates to the 45. Now they get a 3rd and 7 on the 41.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
my.
Hey,
Chris Harris.
Yeah, great route recognition by Chris Harris, knowing that when one receiver goes under, another one is coming behind him. Great read and great interception. Nice catch.
nice
Phillip
push
wanted
off
a
by Eric
flag.
Decker.
Phillip didn't get the flag, but here, Peyton and the Broncos would get the short end of the flag. They call this pass interference. Offensive.
Look at the
And let me
sheriff.
tell you, Peyton let him have it.
Darren, what was he saying? Tell us what he was saying.
Meet me in the parking lot, buddy.
He said, boy. He gave him a boy. I saw his lips.
It's all right. It's all right. The Chargers get the ball back. This one's almost picked off by Tony Carter. But you know what? He was just saving it for Chris Harris.
Chris Harris said, thank you very much.
We don't know that he said that, but we do know that he scored a
he
touchdown.
said it. He said it.
46-yard
One of those things,
touchdown.
Andrew, it was a pick party, and everybody's invited.
Oh, everybody.
Wow. A pick party.
A pick party.
Darren's been to a few of those.
And I've always invite everyone.
A party over here.
A party over
Party
here.
over here.
Party
Never
over
been to one
here.
of those.
35 second half points
I know.
for the Broncos.
This game was, again, 24-0. The biggest Peyton Manning comeback ever had been down 21. That was also on a Monday night.
Football highlights in the Mile High City. Peyton Manning leads 3-3, leading the Broncos in. Joe Vitt returns after that 6-game suspension. Joe. Starting off in the second quarter, Saints trailing 7-0. Drew Brees to Darren Sproles, who runs 29 yards for the touchdown that ties the game at 7.
That pony couldn't play.
Let me digress. Can they get Cam Newton, one of those kind of guys right there?
We'll talk about him in a bit. Next, Saints possession.
Okay, I'm sorry. No more digressing.
We'll get to him. Don't you worry. John Elway looking on up there. Next, Saints possession. Broncos, Drew Brees throws middle and is intercepted.
Drew Brees is kind of off the whole day. Just not on mark like he normally is.
He returns it to the Broncos 44. Where was he throwing to?
The man that caught it. That's who he's
over the top of that guy and didn't get there.
Yeah, they got a good drop from those backers.
Ensuing Broncos drive, there's Manning. Throws to Eric Decker for the 13-yard touchdown, making it look easy, Coach.
Yeah, and the defender fell down, and Eric Decker, Peyton Manning, that's becoming quite a combination, Michael.
Coach, that offense is coming together so nicely.
Yeah, speaking of Manning to Decker, there it is. Again, 23 yards to the Saints. 41. The Broncos driving. Take another look.
Peyton takes a hit now right in the chops. Plus, look at his hand, ding, right on the helmet, and something happens with his thumb.
I told you this would be a great combination. Eric Decker, such a hard worker. Work out with him every offseason. He and Peyton Manning, it's going to be good.
Yeah, that bloody thumb would be looked at on the sideline, but Peyton's tough. He stays in. Third quarter, opening Broncos drive. Manning throws deep left to Demaryius Thomas, 26 yards to their own 45.
You got a holding on the play, and he still got open.
Next play, 1st and 10. Ronnie Hillman runs left for 31 yards to the Saints 24.
I like their run game. Peyton's calling these runs from the line of scrimmage. If it's a light in the box, he's going to run the ball all day against you.
3rd and goal. Manning makes it look easy.
Wait a minute, man. Let me see.
Is he in the 88 club?
He is in the 88 club. But, Coach, let me tell you something. What about all of that talk about Manning throwing the football? Those were perfect throws in tight windows.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
2 drives later, Manning throws to Demaryius Thomas, who runs down to the 5.
Is the corner even trying?
Well, this is the last-ranked defense in the league, and you know what? They're still the last-ranked defense.
4th quarter, guess who Manning looks to again?
There he is again, too. That was a perfect throw. This ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage, and Decker just keeps his focus right on it and makes a play. The ball gets tipped. The defensive player's on his back. Still, touchdown.
All right, so that put the Broncos up 31-7. They go on to win 31-14. 213 yards from Drew Brees. He had an interception and 2 touchdowns. Peyton Manning, 305 yards, 3 touchdowns. And look at Willis McGahee at 31 years old having a 122-yard game with a touchdown. Next up,
get 100 yards on that defense.
Bengals playing host to the Broncos. Andy Dalton against Peyton Manning. Andy Dalton 6 picks in his last 3 games.
What's up with that?
Peyton Manning 7-0 in his career against the Bengals. We pick it up second quarter, game all tied at 3. Peyton Manning has found something he likes in Demaryius Thomas. He's got him open down the left side.
And it's pretty
perfect. I mean, again, it doesn't have that Aaron Rodgers tightness on that spiral, but it is always delivered in the perfect spot.
When Peyton came into the league, there weren't, 6'3", 6'4" wide receivers that weighed 235 like Thomas. He's thinking, I like these new tools.
Absolutely.
The same year the Broncos drafted Demaryius Thomas in the first round, they also took Eric Decker. Picks up a block here and finds his way to the end zone.
Another big, fast guy.
8-play, 80-yard drive, 10-3.
I think they've found their rhythm. I mean, obviously, new faces in the huddle, Peyton knocking off some of the rust. Well, the rust is gone, and everyone is very familiar with each other inside that Bronco huddle.
And understanding.
Yes.
And that's what you're looking for.
That's a great point. They're now all on Peyton's page.
Absolutely.
When we show a kickoff return here, Heath, it's for one of 2 reasons.
Yes.
Fumble.
Big hit and a fumble, or a touchdown. Trendon Holiday, 105-yard return for a touch. The Broncos now leading by 14.
Sometime we ought to just show one just to dispute that myth.
Right.
Yeah, just return out to
return
attack
on the 22.
Yeah. Cincinnati next possession. Andy Dalton's got a talented young side end and Jermaine Gresham. Nice job of buying extra time. And eventually finding an open Gresham, he finds his way to a 52-yard Bengal game.
This is the guy they need to get more involved. We talk about Hernandez, we talk about Gronkowski, we talk about Jimmy Graham. He was in that same draft class with all the monsters, too. Athletically, he should be on pace with the boys.
A.J. Green, 7 catches, 99 yards, and that touchdown.
6 straight games now, fellas, with an A.J. Green touchdown catch.
And beating Champ Bailey there.
Georgia on Georgia crime.
Go. A.J. Green just under 100 yards with that 99. Back comes Peyton Manning. Play action, but intercepted.
Come on, Eric
Newman.
Decker. See, this is, listen, maybe I'm covering for the quarterbacks.
I think you just did.
Go ahead and do so.
But listen, this is where Decker, either become the DB and don't give it away, or just cut that route off more abrupt. Cross the face, always.
This one got to be on Peyton Manning.
That's Peyton's.
No, come on. Make it,
I can't help you out on that one.
We would if we could.
Yeah.
The wide receiver's got to be faster. That's what
There
I
you
can
go.
say.
Perfect.
2 third-quarter interceptions by Terrence Newman. Fourth quarter, a couple of plays later on 2nd and 4. Andy Dalton out of the shotgun looking for A.J. Green.
Yeah.
19-yard gain.
Give the
Gotta
Bengals.
make it interesting.
Bengals were in a hole, as you just saw. They were down, and they responded. They took these 2 Peyton Manning turnovers and made points out of them.
Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, the leading rusher for the Bengals. His touchdown made it 20-17. Peyton Manning, Eric Decker, 30-yard gain.
Big and strong and fast.
Eric Decker and Demaryius Thomas combined for 176 receiving yards today. Not a bad afternoon.
And just like A.J. Green, Eric Decker had 99 yards receiving, and that's a touchdown to Joel Dreesen.
Dreesen had, 4 catches today, showed up big.
8 different Broncos caught passes from Peyton Manning today.
Typical
Broncos,
Peyton.
24-20. Dalton now looking for A.J. Green, and the other former Bulldog going to get that one. That's Champ Bailey.
That's, again,
He got him back.
Bulldog on Bulldog crime.
That's
there, isn't
right.
it?
Andy Dalton.
That play's made because of a solid pass rush up front.
Yep.
So what's Denver going to do with it? They're going to give it to Peyton Manning, who finds Eric Decker. Outstanding touchdown catch.
Could we just give a simultaneous
Yes,
wow?
we did. I think Peyton was trying to throw the back shoulder fade, but he threw it to the front shoulder of the cornerback, and Derek Decker just made a great catch.
It was pretty.
Peyton Manning, 27 out of 35, 3 touchdowns, had a couple of picks, but continues to
Decker
Want me to
for the
punch holes
interception.
in Peyton Manning today?
Yes, do it, Tom.
I mean, for the first time in 5 weeks, he threw for less than 300 yards. For the
Pathetic.
first time in forever, he threw not 1 interception, but 2 interceptions. He's just average.
Pathetic.
Broncos-Panthers, Peyton Manning, 419 career touchdowns, 1 behind Dan Marino's second all-time of 420. Cam Newton and the Panthers. Hey, Superman. 2-6 trying to turn their season around. First possession. Newton sacked by Von Miller, something you would see repeatedly over the course of the day. Miller said he'd do the Superman celebration if he sacked him, and he does it, and he flies away. Panthers, next possession, same score. A measure of revenge for Cam Newton. Finds a wide-open Greg Olsen for the 4-yard touchdown. Panthers lead at 7-0. Watch the replay. Great effort by Olsen, who sells the block and then just slips out of the backfield. It's Newton's 6th straight completion to start the game. First time in his career he's done that. 2 possessions later, Broncos still trail 7-0. It's like it's Indianapolis all over again. Peyton Manning, Brandon Stokely, touchdown. 420, tied with Dan Marino. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes, the pipes. Ensuing Panthers possession, last play of the first quarter. Here's Elvis Dumerville. Great effort, knocks the ball out of Cam Newton's hands. Newton would eventually recover the fumble. Great play by Dumerville, but take another look on it. Dumerville, who forces the fumble, gets injured on the play. He would leave the game with a shoulder injury. Second quarter, next play, 4th and 13. Brad Nortman punting to Trindon Holiday. And he takes a Holiday Road. See what I did there? Holiday Road. Up the sidelines. Does he stay in bounds? Looks like it. Holiday's into the end zone, 2nd straight game with a touchdown for Holiday. Take another look. Let's see if he stays in bounds. Feet are in. Good call, but take another look. Holiday celebrates and loses possession before he crosses the goal line. That should have been overturned. It was not. Touchdown stands, 17-7. Third quarter, here's something you haven't seen hardly ever. Clip and save this. It's Peyton Manning getting sacked. Not only does he get sacked by Charles Johnson, he fumbles, the Panthers recover. First time Manning is sacked in 145 pass plays. Peyton Manning walks off and says, yeah, let's make sure that doesn't happen again. I really didn't like that at all. Didn't happen to me a lot in Indianapolis. I don't want it now. Next play, Panthers ball, 1st and 10, their own 28. Newton, pressured by Von Miller, rolls left. Looking for Brandon LaFell, throws it while he's falling down. Up steps Tony Carter, and he goes 40 yards for the touchdown. Broncos lead by the score of 24-7. Take a look. Everybody's doing the Superman thing. He jumps the route, steps in front all the way to the end zone. Newton, 2 interceptions on the day. Also did throw a couple of touchdowns and went for 241 yards and 1 crooked chin strap. 2 possessions later, Broncos still up 24-7. Willis McGahee runs for 7 yards, hit by Greg Hardy. He fumbles. Charles Godfrey recovers Panthers ball their own 22. Willis McGahee, big ball control issues on the day today. Ensuing Panthers drive, Cam Newton runs up the middle, hit by Von Miller in the backfield for a YouTube highlight Miller's going to watch for the next 30 years. Fourth quarter, Panthers trail 27-7. Cam Newton looking to make something happen out of the end zone. Instead, Mike Adams gets him for the safety. Broncos lead 29-7. 7 sacks of Cam Newton, the most in his career. At least he was safe on the exercise bike. 3:36 left to go. Broncos up 29-14. Manning looking for 421. He's got Demaryius Thomas, who was pushed out of bounds at the 5. 135 yards receiving for Thomas. Could have been 421 for Manning instead. He's out of bounds at the 5, and that would clear the way for Ronnie Hillman, who came in directly after Willis McGahee fumbled on this drive. He takes it into the end zone, the first touchdown of his career. Broncos win it by the final of 36-14. So Peyton Manning would have to wait 1 more week at least to break Dan Marino's record. John Fox, a happy homecoming back to Carolina.
Broncos playing host to the Chargers. Peyton Manning crew, 420 touchdowns, tied with Dan the Man for second all-time. Scoreless, Peyton Manning, oh no. Tipped, and Eric Weddle will take it in.
That was a good try on that tackle.
Peyton doesn't practice tackling very often.
It is
on. You don't throw many pick sixes.
That's the other brother in that commercial, my bad. All right, so second quarter. 10th play of a drive for Denver. Manning to Demaryius Thomas. He just keeps getting better.
Yeah, Peyton Manning is making this guy here, Demaryius Thomas, and Eric Decker, the other receiver, into real superstars.
Well, we got a challenge?
That was a happy.
Do we have a challenge?
Yeah.
We do. Wait. 1,
2.
Yeah.
He got it in.
Give it to him, will you?
So now Dan Marino is, I would say, he's probably not
it was
crying.
a different day attack. You could really abuse the receivers when Dan played, and he didn't. Can't touch a guy now.
Broncos up 10-7, but Mike Cypher's punt is blocked by Nate Irving. Lance Ball recovers.
Had one block last week as well.
It wasn't even a block on. They didn't even have the block called, and the punt got blocked.
Next play, Manning to Brandon Stokely. How good has he been for them?
Wide open. How do you get wide open like that, Prime?
It had to be a blown coverage.
17-7 at the break. Third quarter, Chargers trying to come back behind Phillip Rivers. And Von Miller, who is really turning into one of the superstars in the NFL.
Yes, he is. You see where he just got off the ball?
He was the first guy to move.
Speed.
He reminds me of late Derek Thomas, man. He really does.
Wesley Woodyard recovers, and the Broncos are on the move. Miller had 3 sacks and a pair of forced fumbles on the day. Smelling Defensive Player of the Week honors. Then Manning, pump. Eric Decker.
Pump you up.
He gets into the end zone again. Manning finished 25 of 42 for 270 and 3 scores. Chargers still trying to stick around. Phillip, he's gotten rid of the mustache. Looking for Denario Alexander. He's getting more burn these days.
That's so hard to cover. A back shoulder fade is so hard to cover. Corners, if you want to cover, just get on the outside of it. Do that.
The Chargers now down 11 in the fourth. 4th and 14. Listen, you got to keep the drive alive somehow. Rivers.
He said, okay, but no, they're blitzing. No, they're coming real fast.
Well, let's see. 4th and 14, looking for Malcolm Floyd, but it's Jim Leonard.
That's what he said.
So Manning and the Broncos, they have won 5 straight. They've scored at least 30 in all 5 of those wins. They extend that lead in the AFC West. This team is coming together.
Broncos and the Chiefs. Peyton Manning tied with John Elway for the second most wins by a quarterback in NFL history with 148. Meanwhile, Romeo Crennel-led defenses have not allowed a Peyton Manning touchdown in his last 4 games. Something's got to give. Second quarter, Chiefs up 6-0. No, that's not a misprint. They are actually up 6-0. Manning looking for Eric Decker. Intercepted by Brandon Flowers. Somebody told me he had interception. Chiefs would punt on the drive. Denver's only turnover of the day. Still 6-0 Kansas City. Next Broncos possession, Chiefs still lead 6-0. 1st and 10, their own 31. Peyton Manning looking for Brandon Stokely. 31 yards later, Broncos move into Chiefs territory, 1st and 10 on the Kansas City 38. 5 plays later, 2nd and 14. Peyton Manning finds Jacob Tamme over the middle, and Tamme goes 22 yards, rumbles down the middle of the field. 1st and goal at the Kansas City 10. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal in the Chiefs 7. That streak is on the line. The streak is on the line. Peyton, Jacob Tamme, streak. The streak for Romeo Crennel is over. 11-play, 94-yard scoring drive. Broncos take the lead 7-6. Tamme says, yeah, just like we did it in Indianapolis. Just took me like 12 weeks to get there. 3rd quarter, Chiefs now lead 9-7. Broncos 2nd possession, 3rd and 2 from the KC 42. Peyton looks for Jacob Tamme again. He's got it, but the ball squirts out. Tamme, however, ruled down by contact. Tamme would finish with 4 catches for 48 yards and a score. Very next play, 1st and 10 from the Chiefs 30. Peyton Manning, great ball to Demaryius Thomas with a touchdown. Broncos retake the lead 14-9. DT, 4 catches for 82 yards and a score. 4th quarter, 5.5 left to go. 2nd and 5 in their own 21. No Sean Marino, who got the surprise start for the Denver Broncos today. 17 yards up the middle to the Denver 38-yard line. It's his first action since week 2. He's gone from inactive, suddenly, 111 total yards from scrimmage from Moreno. 3 plays later, under 4 minutes left to go, critical 3rd and 3. Peyton Manning changes the play and then looks for Demaryius Thomas. 10-yard gain and a 1st down. Broncos maintaining possession, and the clock is running. Same drive. $1:59 left to go. Another big 3rd down at the Chiefs 42. Manning decides, I'm going to go up top to Demaryius Thomas, who's wide open. 27 yards later, he comes down with it. The Broncos' final drive consumes over 6 minutes of the clock. That seals the win. Manning 285, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Final score, Denver beats the Chiefs 17-9.
A lot of Atlanta Falcon fans putting on their Peyton Manning jerseys. That's because they've taken on Josh Freeman and the Bucks. If Manning wins, they win the AFC West. And by the way, the Falcons would clinch the NFC South. First possession, Manning to Eric Decker. 12 yards on that gain. 5 plays later, Peyton Manning. Who are you looking for? Demaryius Thomas? Decker? No. Try Mitch Unrein. Did you start him in your fantasy league? Unrein. He's a nose guard. Then he said,
you think he kept the ball?
Touchdown from Peyton Manning. That's great.
He kept it.
All right, Bucks down 7-3. Freeman to Dallas Clark. Does Peyton Manning know that guy?
That's Peyton Manning's old guy, isn't it?
Bucks with a 10-7 lead, 2nd quarter. Manning finding Noshawn Moreno out of the backfield with that completion. Manning passes Dan Marino, 2nd all-time. Nearly 5,000 complete. Are you kidding me? This is like a video game for him. Broncos, however, down 3 at the break. 3rd quarter, 2nd possession for the Broncos. Manning to Demaryius Thomas. Each week we just said the guy's a bigger stud.
And did you see how that was a great throw?
Perfect
He
throw.
didn't even know it was coming.
He threw it before he even looked. It was perfect right in the bread basket.
28 TD tosses, topping the boss. Not sure if that's a clause in your contract, Peyton, or not, but. And then Manning again, Demaryius Thomas.
Double covered.
8 catches, 99 yards, and 2 scores. Manning threw for 242 and 3 touchdowns yet again. Now, Tampa trying to stick around in this one. Down 11. Freeman looking for Vincent Jackson, but Von Miller, he doesn't just crush quarterbacks.
Yes, he's been great. Sacking quarterbacks. They do drop him in coverage because he's an athlete. It just showed right there.
Dennis Allen, the head coach of the Oakland Raiders, coaching a couple of nights after his father passed away, and Peyton Manning coming in 4 days after clinching the AFC West. They marched right down the field and scored a touchdown. 30th touchdown pass of the season, wide open to Joel Dreesen.
Yeah, 3 safety left the middle of the field, jumped on Eric Decker, and Peyton Manning played catch in the red zone for their opening drive.
But the Raiders' red zone defense began to show itself in this game. There's Lamar Houston stopping a drive there in the red zone. Peyton Manning had to settle for a field goal there. It was 10-0, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Carson Palmer, he throws a red zone interception of his own there. Champ Bailey on that one. Brian.
Champ Bailey is one of the best cornerbacks that have ever played in the history of the game.
52nd career interception for Champ Bailey. 2nd quarter now, 2 Broncos possessions later. Manning nearing the red zone here. Play fake, throwing in the corner, and there was Matthew Willis on the route because Demaryius Thomas was out of the game there.
Yeah, and I was in that corner of the end zone. Rich looked like he was trying to throw a perfect pass because of the size of the receiver. It got tipped right there, hit on the arm, and boy, that ball fell short. What a wonderful interception.
Phillip Adams with the grab. Lamar Houston was the one who seemed to get an arm on Manning's throwing arm there, and that was why it was underthrown. And then the Raiders marched down the field. Palmer to Darren McFadden dumps it off. McFadden's first game in 5 weeks jumps into the black hole. It's just a 6-point game at the half. Third quarter, less than 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Manning, what a dime to Eric Decker.
Okay.
Gain of 29, just dropped it on over Jose Julio hands.
Read the blitz, man-to-man coverage. Nice fade route by the slot receiver.
But again, stalling inside the red zone, having to settle for a field goal. Matt Prater comes on, makes it a 16-7 game. It is 2 possessions, however. Ensuing Raiders possession. Look out, here comes Von Miller.
Yeah, and sooner or later, this guy's going to get you. He had 15 sacks coming into this game. Here's a sack, strip, fumble, setting up a score. Look at this guy.
Who did you say this reminded you of?
Derek Thomas, the late, great
Sap tweeted it out at the same minute you said it when we were watching this in the green room, and that was a big play because a couple of plays later, Manning hands it off to Noshawn Marino, Marshall, who had a career night.
Yeah, you know, and Deion talked about it. This team, in order for them to be special, if you want to look at them as the top team in the AFC, their running game had to get better. Deion, it happened tonight.
A career tops 32 carries for Noshawn Marino.
Move on to that. Broncos looking for a 9th straight win. Also trying to prevent the Ravens from wrapping up the AFC North. New offensive coordinator Jim Caldwell, never called plays before, taking over for the departed Cam
never
Cameron.
been up there.
Well, he's been up there, just never
Marshall.
saying, hey, here's the play. Joe Flacco turns into Joe Fumble on this play in a scoreless game early on.
Fumbling is bad, but fumbling when you know you're giving the ball to this guy is really bad.
Led to a Denver field goal. How about Noshawn Marino able to lead Pro Bowl safeties in a single bound?
Man.
Ronaldo Nehemiah right there.
Skeets, way to bring him back.
Yes, sir.
Skeets Nehemiah. He ran for 118 a week after going for 119 against the Raiders. Second quarter, Manning to Eric Decker.
That's my dude right there, man. ED right there.
It's ruled a touchdown, however. It was reversed, but Denver got the touchdown eventually. So you get the point. He didn't get the fantasy points. But
we'll come back to you, Eric. Just hold that thought.
Ravens, Joe Flacco for Jacoby Jones, 43 yards. They finally got the offense cooking in the last 2 minutes of the first half, but crazy play here. 3 timeouts left. Clock's rolling. You don't give it to Ray Rice. You throw an out route that gets picked by Chris Harris.
Now you got to run down there and play like you're really trying to catch him, knowing you ain't going to catch him, but you can't veer off because everybody watching.
He tried. 98 yards on the INT return. That is a franchise record and a 17-zip break and a back breaker for Joe Flacco and the Ravens.
He did there.
4 first downs in the first half for Baltimore. Flacco trying to get it going here in the third, looking for Torrey Smith. He gets undercut a little bit.
That's a nice effort right there by Torrey going up. Look at this.
Did not catch it and suffered a concussion. As you can see, wobbly. He was done for the day. Next Denver possession after a Baltimore field goal. Manning. Decker toasting Kerry Williams on this day. And what happened? Ed Reed is frustrated. Why, Dion?
You know why he's frustrated? Because he's saying Ed Reed, he's a study guy, and he understands study. He's telling the corner right here, you got outside, I got inside. I got you, baby. Why are both of us on the inside? Now the corner, he's going to slack up a little bit, and he seems like he don't even realize the ball is thrown. Next thing you know, 6 points later, Ed Reed, your superstar safety, is frustrated with you.
Ravens trying to get back in it, but here comes Von Miller right in Flacco's face. Baltimore, 7 3-and-outs in this game, most for any team this year in the NFL. Next Denver drive, Manning to Joel Dreesen for 28. Manning, not spectacular numbers, just 204 and a score, but good enough.
That was a heck of a throw right there.
That was on Ed Reed, who you got to put that thing on the money. That was an audible, guys.
Marino finishes it off. 9th straight win for the first time since their 98th season.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's...
Little Browns, little Broncos. Actually, Denver Still thinking about the #1 seed after the Texans lost against the Vikings earlier. Peyton Manning, another ho-hum day for him. Can't throw it any better than that. Demaryius Thomas, 22-yard touch. It's 7-0.
Demaryius Thomas has taken that step into cusp of elite receiver, or is he in the elite crew? Just knocking on the door right now.
He's knocking on the door. He's on the porch.
Yeah. Hey, Eric Decker's been pretty good, too. Back of the end zone. Another nice throw from Manning. Touchdown, Broncos.
And what that does is give them 2 weapons.
Two big targets.
Big targets.
Eric Decker, 2 touchdown receptions today. Third quarter now. Browns driving. 3rd down and 9. Under pressure. Brennan Whedon dropped by Von Miller and Elvis Dumerville.
Oh, what is that?
I don't like it.
Field goal made at 14-6.
People got a lot of time on their hands.
Manning again to Decker, just to cross the stripe. Peyton Manning, 30 out of 43, 339, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Whedon dropped again by Von Miller.
Hey,
Miller has 17.5 sacks.
I know, and everyone's talking about J.J. Watt, Aldon Smith. Don't forget about Von Miller now.
Brandon Whedon
He's had a heck of a year.
Banged up, too.
Left the game with a shoulder injury, and Denver wins its 10th consecutive game.
So the Houston loss means that if Denver beats Romeo Crennel and the Kansas City Chiefs, guess who's the 1 seed in the AFC? That guy.
That guy?
Peyton Manning. Looking for Eric Decker.
He looks left. He comes back to the right. Eric Decker, here he is. What a potent passing attack.
Manning threw for 304 on this day. 3 touchdowns as well. This one to Decker again. Broncos up 21-3.
Great grab.
So we call that a double Decker, I guess.
Yeah,
2
home field
touchdowns,
advantage
1
in
highlight.
Denver. Look out.
Third quarter, Broncos just piling it on. Manning to Demaryius Thomas, a bona fide #1 receiver. What's up with all these guys just catching it with one hand?
Yeah, he threw that over the top of the DB, perfectly thrown to the back of the end zone.
73rd career 3-touchdown game for Manning, most in NFL history. Treated us to something special. Would it be the final day of Ray Lewis's career? Out in the Denver chill, just 13 degrees, a kick. Peyton Manning slipping on the isotoners. He's wearing gloves out there.
Don't blame him.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Ravens punt, opening drive. Here comes Trindon Holiday, 5'6", and he is coming up big.
Holiday, hey. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Holiday. This kid here is a playmaker. I can't understand the Baltimore Ravens. Everybody migrated to the right side of the field and leaving the whole outside wide open for Holiday.
Longest punt return in playoff history.
Look at all the bodies of the Ravens. You only have one guy to outrun. Then now, when you're able to see the paint, baby, get the band fired up.
And how about Peyton Manning? Look, he's jumping for joy. He's like, I don't have to play today.
I want to go out there and see Ray Lewis right now.
Ensuing kickoff, it's the AFC Pro Bowl returner, Jacoby What's going on here?
Little nervous.
Okay, so 3 plays later, Joe Flacco. This tested Ravens on 3rd and 8. Flacco to Tandon Doss. Incomplete, but Tony Carter called for pass interference.
You know, that was great play. That was a great play.
I
to
agree.
Me,
I
he just
agree.
cut the route off, ran him out of bounds. Great play.
Great throw and catch here. Flacco to Torrey Smith, beating Champ Bailey, who had one of the worst days of his career.
One of the worst. It's probably the worst I've ever seen, and it didn't stop here, folks. This was just the beginning.
Smith held to just 1 catch in their first meeting. Toasts the future Hall of Famer on this one.
Cornerbacks, when the receiver knocks that hand off of you, it takes your inside shoulder, and you pause for a second, and he's able to gain ground, especially a guy that can run like Torrey Smith.
How would the gloves treat Peyton on this first throw behind Demaryius Thomas?
A little shaky at first, but he snapped out of it eventually. Definitely he was getting used to it. You saw him constantly fidgeting with him.
Here, intended for Decker, tipped and picked by Corey Graham. So the Ravens put up 14 points in 42 seconds.
I don't care what you say, Dion. That was pass interference,
and
buddy.
you know what? I'm sitting up here thinking, that was a great play. Now, okay, I have a right to the ball just like you have a right to the ball.
Not a right to his left arm, though.
At this point, I'm saying, here we go with Peyton Manning inconsistencies in cold weather.
Here we go. Peyton on 3rd and 7. Look at the catch and run by Jacob Tammy.
Hey, great catch. Folks at home, you do not realize how hard this is for a big guy to bend his body, scoop that ball off the turf.
Then on 3rd and 8, look at the catch by Brandon Stokely, the former Raven. Gets a knee down.
And the throw, Prime.
Right on the money. Game plan plays, a little out and up. Stokely is still one of the best to do it in the game.
In that slot, I'm telling you, you can argue Welker. I'm not sure anybody else gets it done like he does.
Some Wes Welker.
I know you do.
We are tied at 14 after the first 15 minutes. Second quarter, Flacco looking for Torrey Smith again, and look who gets beat again. It's the 12-time Pro Bowler Champ Bailey, but this one, a little too low.
You know, that reminds me of the game in Houston versus Cincinnati.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, you cannot miss those type of plays in a playoff setting.
Well, here, Manning does not miss it to Decker for 32 yards. We're in the red zone. We're moving the chains. We got another first down for Denver.
I like these big wide receivers, breaking tackles, finishing runs.
Next play, Manning to his running back, Noshawn Moreno, who beats Donnell Ellerbe, his former college teammate.
How many times do you see that? A stop and go on a linebacker versus a running back. Game plan play. Great game planning by the Denver Broncos.
I love it.
Moreno hurt his knee. He would not play in the second half, but that put Denver up by a touchdown. Next Broncos possession. Matt Prater from 52 yards out.
Looked like my golf swing.
Better yet, we've got a shot of Heath Evans' golf swing. Look at the 9-iron here. Call that a little fat.
How do you do that? And that's all you do.
I don't know. It looked like his plant foot was too high, too far away from the ball. A lot of things were wrong.
So the Ravens trying to put points on the board in the waning seconds, and it's Smith again. Look at the adjustment.
My goodness. Let me tell you something. It's not too many players could make this play. Champ Bailey had great coverage.
Yes.
This was just a great play. You can't cover a man better than that.
And who's loving it? Sugar. We're tied at 21 at recess. Third quarter opening kickoff. It's Mighty Mite, Trendon Holiday.
Oh yeah, Holiday.
104 yards. He's the first player ever with a punt and a kickoff return for a score in playoff history.
Hey, that man.
And as you mentioned, John, well, first of all, nobody's back from the set. They're all getting their hot cocoa.
They're all trying to warm up.
They're cold.
John Harbaugh, remember, former special teams coach?
Yes.
As Peyton's loving it. Harbaugh's thinking to himself, wait a second, this is not what I taught. Now, Ray Lewis getting that digit looked at.
Those knuckles hurt.
It'll go down.
Leon's got a toe that looks like that.
You put a ring on that thing, I bet it'll go down.
Yeah, still managed to get 17 tackles on this day. Then Manning has the ball stripped. Of course, they review all turnovers. They get another look at it, and Paul Kruger's fumble recovery is upheld.
Should have been.
Yeah, good call. Good call. That one hurt that team, though.
Ensuing Baltimore drive, here comes Ray Rice. 30 carries, $131 on this day.
That was one of his better runs. I felt as though Ray Rice ran the ball all day, not one to fumble.
Yeah.
Not really aggressive.
A little hesitant at times, but
very
you know what?
hesitant.
You love the 130 yards, and you love that Caldwell got him involved because he is still the key to this offense.
He is pumped up after scoring from a yard out. We're tied at 28, and Peyton's got to go back to work.
They didn't like that mile-high salute, though, Chris.
Peyton to Joel Dreesen. And then we've got a little unnecessary roughness on Jackie Brown.
Horrendous call. I do not understand it. They're turning this game into a real soft part. Look at it.
It's a shoulder hit.
It's a shoulder.
Listen, I'm an offensive guy. That shouldn't have been a penalty.
3 plays later, Manning. Demarius Thomas, no, but you see the late flag. It's called on Kerry Williams for holding.
It was not holding. He did not impede his route. This is the route that Heath and I don't agree with. Look at his shoulders just touched it. His shoulders just, he just has his hand rested gently on the shoulder. It did not impede the route. The receiver dropped the ball.
That was a horse collar tackle, Dion.
3 plays later, Manning to Demarius Thomas makes the great cut, gets away from Ray Lewis, and he is into the end zone, and Denver has a 35-28 lead.
This is what makes Peyton Manning so great. He's audible. This was an audible at the line of scrimmage, something that he saw. It's like having another coach on the field.
Capping a 10-play, 88-yard drive. Here comes Baltimore. Now on 3rd and 7, Flacco to Anquan Bolden, a team-high 6 grabs for 71 yards there near midfield. 4 plays later, 3rd and 5, Flacco. Buying time, Jacoby Joe.
Gotta have that, Jacoby. You gotta have that, baby.
For him right there, Dion. After what he went through last offseason.
After a Baltimore timeout, 4th and 5, they're going for it. Flacco to Dennis Pitta, and knocked away nicely by Mike Adams.
I didn't like his selection of receivers that time. I really did.
So now Denver on 3rd and 8. Couple first downs. They're salting it away. Ronnie Hillman played very well. 83 yards for the rookie, but stopped shy of the first down. So the Ravens force a punt. Flacco now with 40 ticks to go. 3rd and 3, just launches it downfield. Jacoby Jones somehow gets behind Raheem Moore for the 70-yard touch. Blow that kiss. We are tied at 35.
I want to see him dance, actually.
How in the world does this happen?
This is the problem right here. 3rd and 3. The cornerback is playing cover T2. He knows he has safety help over top. Raheem Moore backpedals and not opening his hip and get to the deepest point, and he falls on the play.
31 seconds left in regulation. The Broncos with 2 timeouts and arguably the greatest quarterback ever take a knee. We'll get to that in just a minute. So we're headed to overtime. Remember, each team gets a possession as long as the team that gets it first, in this case Baltimore, doesn't score a touchdown. On 3rd and 4, Flacco incomplete. Intended for Torrey Smith, but guess what? A flag on Champ Bailey.
Throw the ball to Anquan Bolden. I don't believe that flag. I don't think that was a good call.
I agree with you on that one.
I think that was just a great play by Champ Bailey. When you don't see the receiver get up complaining, that means it was right.
So with Peyton trying to get loose on the sidelines, Flacco really stayed pretty clean on this day. Von Miller, Elvis Dumerville get the only sack for the team that led the NFL in sacks.
Throw the ball to
That was because of the DBs. DB's doing their job, help that.
Now Denver on 3rd and 1, they give it to Jacob Hester. He gets stuffed by T. Sizzle.
Sizzle for shizzle.
So Baltimore gets the punt back. Flacco almost picked here by Mike Adams, who is out of bounds.
Tap your toes, find a way.
Next play, after a delay of game, it's 3rd and 13, and Flacco, who became the first quarterback this season to throw for more than 300 yards against Denver, 24 yards to Pitta, and a first down. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and 3. Flacco to Bolden, nearly picked by Chris Harris, so Baltimore would punt.
Great play. Great play by Harris.
So here comes Denver. Peyton Manning, 48 career game-winning drives on his resume. Flushed, and he wishes he had it back. Looking for Stokely, finds Corey Graham.
Cardinal sin against his body. Even the great ones do it. You see Stokely, 14 right there in the middle of your screen. That's his guy on 3rd down. Pressure situations, forced it.
So you figure 1 first down, Baltimore's in field goal range, and here comes Ray Rice up the middle for 11 yards, gets a big push from Marshall Yanda, the Pro Bowler.
Which got him the first down.
Yes.
Now on to the second overtime, the first one in the NFL in 9 playoff seasons. It's Justin Tucker from 47 to win it. The rookie out of Texas, and Baltimore continues its dance. It is not over yet for Ray Lewis. Hugs and kisses on the sidelines and on the field in an amazing, amazing game that was tied 5 times. There were 4 lead changes. No team ever led by more than 7 points. And now Baltimore is off to the AFC title game for the 3rd time in the last 5 years, while Denver's 11-game winning streak is over.